Hold on. Okay, hey, welcome to your first lesson on triangles. We're going to start with just 3 definitions. It's equilateral, isosceles, and scalene, and what these mean. So, what an equilateral triangle is, just by definition, is any triangle that has 3 congruent sides, okay? And it could also have 3 congruent angles, okay? So if you have a triangle and 3 sides are congruent, it's equilateral, or if you have 3 angles that are congruent, it's equilateral. Our second definition is isosceles, okay? And isosceles just means that it has 2 congruent sides, as you see pictured here. But that could also be defined as having 2 congruent angles. So either one of these would be a proper definition. So an isosceles either has 2 congruent sides or 2 congruent angles, as shown here. And finally, the last one is a scalene. So the last possibility you can even have is no congruent sides. All right, if you look at the triangle here, sides. If you look at this triangle, yep, none of the sides are congruent, so you could say that this is scalene. This would also mean that none of the angles are congruent, so no congruent angles. All right, boom, let's keep moving. So those are our definitions. How are those going to help us? Well, let's get into solving some triangles. If you remember, the sum of the 3 angles in a triangle are 180 degrees. So for this guy, oh, I hate that noise, I'm just trying to find what is A. To do that, all you have to do is just take your 3 angles, which you have here, and set them equal to 180. So it's always 1, 2, and 3. And those 3 angles are always equal to 180 degrees. So our first angle, well, let's put 84 here, because we see that's a number over there. We have x plus 20 as our second angle, and x plus 4 as our third angle. We start combining our like terms. We have an x here and an x here, so we get 2x, all right? And then we have an 84 and a 20 and a 4, so we get, let's see, do that in our head, 108. And these both equal 180. All right, we do some solving from here. We subtract 108 from both sides. Boom, that cancels out, and we get 2x is equal to 72 degrees. Finally, we divide by 2, and we find out that x is equal to 36 degrees. Now that is not our final answer, because you have to remember to read your question. We're looking for angle A. So to find angle A, we got to plug x in. So to find angle A, which is x plus 4, I'm just going to plug in x, which we found out to be 36. So 36 plus 4, we get angle A is equal to 40 degrees. All right, not so bad. We have 2 challenge problems here. Now, I'm not going to do them for you, but I'm going to help you through them, okay? The first one is this guy, where it tells us that CAB, angle CAB. So remember, you just start at one point, you draw your line CAB. Hopefully you can draw better than I am. It's that middle angle. So our middle angle is 40 degrees. All right? This guy is 40 degrees. You know what? I don't like that line. Go away. Go away. So we know this is 40 degrees. Okay? Our second angle given is BCA. So that's BCA. C is in the middle, so that one is 32 degrees. And then finally, ABD is 42 degrees. Now what we're trying to solve for here is BDC. BDC, which is this angle, BDC. And we don't know what it is. All right, that's our question mark. Well, how are we going to solve for that? To do these, we need to have 2 angles in a triangle to solve for, or we would have a straight line. So how are we going to do this? Well, there's 2 possible ways, but I'll give you one possible way. If you guys look over here, we have a triangle, right? So we got this triangle like this right here. We could start by solving for this third angle right here, and that would just be 180 minus 42 minus 40. When I do that, well, what do I get? 98 degrees. Okay, 98 degrees. So we can plug that in right here. Now, if I want to find this angle, how can I do that? Well, you should know that if you have a straight line, the two angles are supplementary. So all I'd have to do is 180 degrees, subtract 98 degrees, and that gives me, wow, I can't even do that in my head, but I will. 92. 92 degrees would be, nope, 82? Man, I'm losing my mind. What I meant to say was, I'm sorry, 82 degrees. All right, so this is just 82. And that is how you solve it, okay? Now, the big thing is always just to find triangles and start filling in what you know. Find the triangles and fill in what you know. You'll see a challenge problem like that on the next page, and I really want you to work on that by yourselves. The second one right here is this. You have a triangle, and the three angles are x, x plus 10, and 2x minus 6. We want to find out what kind of triangle it is. Well, how the hell are we supposed to do that? Well, if you don't know what to do, always just start by drawing the triangle, okay? Let's just draw this guy right here, all right? We don't know what it really looks like, but we know it has three angles, okay? 1, 2, and 3. And we know that our angles are x, x plus 10, and 2x minus 6. From there, what we're going to do is just figure out what x is. That's a good place to start, okay? So we're going to set up our equation as x plus 10 plus 2x minus 6 is all equal to 180. Now, I'm about to leave you by yourselves on this one. I want you to figure this out, but what you're going to do is solve for x, okay? You get some number. Who knows? You'll figure it out by yourselves. From there, you're going to plug x into your three angles, okay? So you're going to plug it in for x and find out what that angle is. X plus 10, you're going to find out what that angle is, and then 2x minus 6. You're going to find out what those three angles are once you know x. Once you find out what your three angles are, you just go back to your definitions. Are there 3 equal sides, 2 equal sides, or 1 equal side? Once you have that, you're good to go, and you are a G. All right, guys. Hope that was helpful. Have a good day.